time for my favorite football segment that we do on Wake Up Barstool. This is the Football G-Spot.
Got me feeling icy.
I love football. Knock on wood if you're with me, everybody.
Can I finish my point?
All right, the G-Spot, and right off the bat, I don't want to say it's getting testy here on a Monday, but, you know, Greg looks in, he's like, where's your Patriots there gear? And Coach, somebody asked about Michigan, both of you guys, and I'm sitting here wearing a Coach Gruden hat that says Gruden's QB class, trying to sell things for the holidays, put money in everyone's pocket. Fine, I won't wear it. I'll take it off.
Yeah, you'll show them, Dave.
No, I have absolutely no problem. You want me to go with the Patriots hat? We'll start there. We already talked about it. Listen, did I expect them to be up 21-0? No. Did I think the game was over when it was 21-0? Yeah. Have I seen a stat like it's 170-0 went up 21-0 in the first half at Foxborough? It is. I think I've come to grips, and this isn't a spin zone. I actually think that will be a helpful loss for the Patriots. And I was going to open this in a friendly discourse with a guy who's played the game, coach, and asked, could this be a good loss? And I saw Vrabel. He's high-fiving people. Hey, this is the NFL. You can lose games as they walk in the locker room. Stephon Diggs after the game being like, you know what, 10 in a row. And I remember, and I told this earlier, I once rooted for a team that was 18-0 in the regular season and going for a perfect season. They lost in the Super Bowl. I look back on that season, and I say, you know, maybe if we lost one earlier, it would have helped. So, yes, I was shocked. Now, would it have changed if home field advantage seemingly was on the line? But the Broncos held serve, impressive win. So I think that I don't even know if it's a question. I'll phrase it this way, Greg. That was a good loss for the Patriots, right?
I have no problem with the Patriots losing a good game. They played well. Obviously, the 21-point deficit, the 21-point lead that they gave up to Buffalo. But listen, Josh Allen is still the best player in the league. And Drake May might be the MVP, but Josh Allen's the best player in the league. I saw him do it the week before where he at home against the Bengals, who were playing well that day with Burrow, and he brought them back pretty much single-handedly. So I'm not shocked that Buffalo did this. I'm not shocked that Josh Allen is who he is. I'm not knocking you for the Patriots losing. They're going to be arguably the number one seed in the AFC. I've told you for weeks. I just found it funny that this was the first time in probably 2 months you didn't have a Patriots hat on to start the show. It was a simple question.
I'd have to go back to our research department and see what hats and clothes. I roll out of bed. This is an early show, and what I see, whatever hat I see.
Got it.
Coach, can you have – yeah, got it, Greg. Got it. Can you have a good loss like this?
Well, when home field advantage is at stake, when the division title – I mean, you got hats in your locker and champagne you're about to cork. You have a 21-point lead at home. This is not a good loss. This is not a good thing, Dave. This is a bad thing. This is catastrophic for you and your Patriot Nation.
Catastrophic?
This is not good.
I don't know. It's catastrophic.
Well, you got 320 yards rang up against you in the second half. You had about 80 yards of total offense, and 70 of it was a broken play, reverse field home run by Henderson. I think the nature of this conversation started with a little ribbing. We were just poking the dragon a little bit. And the beast is awake, Greg. You woke him up. Way to go, man. We woke up the beast.
I don't know where to go with this next interview. I had a bunch of questions. You guys threw in Michigan there. You don't want your coach going to jail, threatening people with butter knives. So I can admit that. I'd prefer that not be the situation for Michigan football. I don't know who's hiring what, and I'm sure we'll get into it, but that's a whole different thing. I've thrown your name out there, Coach. Coach, Kenny Dillingham or the Army guy, that's all I want. I'll talk about. I'm sure we're going to talk about it later. You mentioned Joe Burrow. I had a question on the Joe Burrow quote. He says he's not having fun playing football anymore. Coach, do you care if a quarterback's having fun playing football?
I really do. I want everybody to have fun coming to work. I want this to be the most exciting time of your life. I mean, forget about getting paid a lot of money. You're the 1% of 1%. You guys are in the National Football League. This has got to be the greatest time of your life. We have to have an environment here where guys love to come to work and compete. and try to win a football game. I mean, this is insane that a guy like Joe Burrow, who's as good a quarterback as there is, has sent out mixed signals that he's not having fun as one of the premier quarterbacks on the planet. I just don't get it. I hope there's nothing to this. I hope it's just the fact that he's been beat up this year. They haven't won. There's a lot of negativity swirling it. Believe me, it takes a toll. But I hope he's having fun playing. He is one hell of a quarterback. But yesterday, there's something seriously wrong in Cincinnati when you see them get shut out.
What about you, Greg? You played a long time. I always kind of thought, there was way back when with the Patriots, I remember the lineman Lane from the Eagles. He's like, the Patriots don't have fun. Our version of fun was winning Super Bowls. Is it fun?
Winning is fun. And I don't care how good you play. I don't care how much money you make. The couple seasons, this season, the injuries, the losses, putting up 30 a game and losing. I saw a stat yesterday that in the last 2 years, they've scored over 34 points and lost 6 times in the last 2. Like, that's not fun. I've been on some teams where you love the guys in the locker room. You love coming in. You love being around everybody. But you lose. And no matter what you do, you just can't flip it. And you're losing. That's not fun. Losing sucks. It's too much work. So I think, to me, I don't buy the whole Joe Burrow's considering not playing. I don't buy any of that. I think the guy is a killer. I think he is an absolute savage competitor. I think he is to coach it. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks that we've seen in the last 10 years. The thing about him is I do think he's sending a message there kind of in his own discreet way, passive aggressive, saying, listen, if you guys don't fix this, if we don't make decisions around here that my performance can lead to actually winning games, then I'm not having fun here. I might have to look somewhere else. I might have to continue my career somewhere else. Part of me feels like it's a little bit of like a passive aggressive, throw that out there and hopefully somebody gets that message and starts making some things happen.
Sticking with quarterbacks, huge win. Broncos at home held serve for the AFC #1 seed. I want an exercise to do, and I should have given you guys a heads up. A little draft with the quarterbacks who came out. So this is 2 years ago. We have Caleb Williams as 1, Jaden Daniels 2, Drake May 3. These are the actual picks. 8, Michael Penix. 10, JJ McCarthy. JJ, by the way, people jumped off of him really, really quick. He's starting to turn around. He only played a couple games. And 12 was Bo Nix. So this is good shape up to be like that old Elway Marino quarterback class. So I'm going to let you two redraft these quarterbacks. You two are doing it. I was going to flip a coin to see who goes last. We'll go age before beauty. Coach, you got the first pick in this draft. Caleb, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Michael Penix Jr., JJ McCarthy, Bo Nix. You're redrafting this quarterback class right now.
I'm taking Drake May. I'm taking Drake May as my #1 guy. He does everything I want to do at the position.
Okay.
Hands down, I'm taking Drake May.
Drake 1. Greg, who do you got at 2?
Yeah, Drake's the no-brainer. You don't want to be a creature of the moment, right? Last year, everyone's saying Jaden Daniels is the best. Now this year it's Bo Nix. So I think we have unfortunate, we all kind of live in the moment we're in. If you put a gun to my head right now, I'm probably taking Caleb Williams.
Caleb 2. Pete the Beagle is making all sorts of barking noise. I don't know what's going on. All right. So #1, Drake May, Caleb 2 on the board. Jaden Daniels, Penix Jr., McCarthy, Bo Nix.
I'm taking Bo Nix, and not just off of yesterday's performance. This guy, I watched fourth quarter game-ending situation performance. Bo Nix is he's improving as a passer. Sean Payton's bringing out the best in him. I love Bo Nix.
So that would be huge value. He went 12th. He was the last quarterback taken in reality. You'd have him at 3. Greg?
I'm taking Jaden Daniels. This year has been tough. I don't think Washington is necessarily overly talented around him. Obviously, he's been injured. Of course, we'll see if he comes back. I actually have that game against Philly on Saturday. The thing I'll say about the style in which they're playing there, and I like Kingsbury. I think what they're trying to do was, what made him so good last year was bringing that kind of LSU college-ish style to the pros. I do think at some point you need Jaden to start playing almost more like Caleb Williams, under center, play pass, boot pass. I think him standing stationary in shotgun every single play is just virtually impossible way to play quarterback in the modern NFL. So I think a change of style will help him. But I think, a year ago, we're saying he should have been the number 1 pick.
Yeah, easily people are saying that. And then the last two, Penix or JJ?
Yeah, this is a tough one for me. I have seen limited work so far with both guys. Both guys have had injuries. I'm going to take Penix, Dave, just because he does the one thing that I think is hard to find, man. I've seen this guy throw the ball. He can really rip it. I would get him out of the pistol offense in Atlanta and put in a more pro-style attack where he could use that prolific touch that he has on the ball.
So that gives you JJ at 6. JJ got yelled at for doing the gritty, but last 2 games, I mean, people are talking about this guy was a bust. He's played really well last couple of weeks. All right, before we let you go, Super Bowl predictions at this point in the season. Greg, I'll start with you. If you had to do it right now, who you got?
In the NFC, I got the Rams. I just think as the year goes on, the mix of offense, the mix of defense, their ability to win different style games. I think Puka Nacua is incredible. Devontae Adams' injury, I saw he kind of tweaked his hamstring yesterday. I caught that late in the airport. They got a huge game on Thursday against Seattle. I mean, that's probably going to be for the number 1 seed. I called that game a couple weeks ago, came right down to the wire when LA won that one close. In the AFC, after yesterday, I was, man, you know how I feel about the AFC. I feel like you could throw a bunch of them in a basket. I'm still taking Josh Allen in Buffalo. I know they're not perfect. He's the best player in the league. He'll be the best player in that AFC. Not the best roster, but the guy's a winner.
Coach?
I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to take Seattle. I think they're as good a defense as there is in the league. I still like Sam Darnold. I think they have some balance, and they have a big time receiver just like the Rams do. I think Seattle's going to get the Rams on this short week, but I love the Seahawks, and I'm going with the Houston Texans, man. Ooh. I just think they are surging. They are special on defense, and it's not just the pass rushers. It's not just the corners. It's a collection of really good players. And Stroud has taken off. I think they're playing with great confidence. I wouldn't be surprised to see Seattle play Houston. I know the networks would love that.
Right about now, I feel like, too, is when you go. The team's right about this. This is when you want to be playing your best football right about now. I appreciate both of you guys coming on despite kind of, the cheap shots that you took at me. And again, you want to talk about Michigan, that's fine, but there's lives at stake here. So thank you guys for coming on. Always good to see you.
All right, appreciate it.